Alright, let's see what Trump really destroyed. Here we go. I said I wasn't gonna fucking do shoe-on-head videos anymore because people keep doing it. It's fine. Here we go.
Along with Elon Musk, have created a new government agency called Doge. And what I originally thought was just an older sibling giving a younger sibling an unplugged video game controller actually turned into a real thing. And their first order of business was dismantling USAID, an innocent government program that helped poor people all around the world. Or was it?
Yeah, where was it? I don't know. Hard to say. You tell
Hello,
me.
and welcome back to the Shoe0nHead channel. I am Shoe0nHead, and I am not real. I am a figment of your imagination.
Correct.
You've been in a coma since 2012. Wake up. Wake
Girls
up.
are not
Today
real
we will be
on the
talking about the
internet,
dark,
okay?
seedy underbelly of USAID.
Females
This is
are
a
not
topic
real
I've been
on the
interested
internet?
in for a
They
very
are,
long time
they
now.
are
And now that
robots?
recently USAID has been in the news, I figured it is a perfect
They
time
are
to
AI?
finally talk about it. All the mainstream liberal coverage I've seen of this has basically been late-night talk show hosts crying fake tears about it being dismantled, and all the mainstream Republican coverage has just been about all the woke shit USAID was apparently
Correct,
funding.
yes.
But I promise you, it is more than that. A
Oh, is
lot
it?
more.
Oh.
If you're not a very political person and you only come here to consume the Reddit gender war slop, you should still stick around for this because this gets juicy. And remember, even if you're not interested in politics, politics is interested in you. And trust me, I
Correct.
understand why some people aren't interested in politics. It's confusing, it's stressful, it's a lot to keep up with. I feel like 500 things happen every single day. But
Correct.
thankfully, I have a tool to help with that. That's right, ladies
Stop
and gentlemen,
it.
this video is sponsored
don't you do it.
by USAID. Just kidding. This video is sponsored by Ground News. Let's quickly give them a shout out and then we will jump back into this deep dive, shall we?
Thank you
Ground
for
News
the
is a website
ground
and an app that
news.
gives readers a fun and transparent way to read
It
the
is
news
a
all
good
across
app.
the political spectrum,
I mean,
from
not
left,
app,
right, and
well,
center. Every story comes with a quick visual
Yeah, you
breakdown
can
of
get
political
the
bias
app
that helps you
too,
understand the
but
full story
it
and make
is a
sure
good
you're getting both
website.
sides. One of the main features of Ground News has to be the blind spot feature. It shows you news stories that have been covered by only one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other side. For example, here is a story about how Elon Musk apparently pressured the Reddit CEO to moderate content on the site. Right away, we can see that the story has been covered by 12 sources. And out of these 12 sources, 75% lean left, and no right-wing sources have covered it. Ground News also makes it really easy to compare headlines to see how political bias or ownership can affect the framing of a story. For example, this right-wing headline about how Trump is taking executive action to make DC safe and beautiful, while this left-leaning headline frames the same story as Trump wants Washington DC to beat Berlin in 1939. What? I've been using Ground News for 4 years now because it's great. I love it, and it really helps me see how both sides frame things so differently. Best of all, I'm currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is what I use to access all of their amazing features. This comes out to only $5 a month. That's like the price of a coffee, and it is so worth it. It is one of the first apps I check in the morning. It's great. So go to ground.news/shoe.
In the words of Pokimane, I'm a broke bitch. Okay.
Or use the QR code on screen right here, or use the link in the video description down below. Again, that is ground.news/shoe, or click the link down below.
No,
I think
I'm
what
not
they're
gonna
doing
put
is
up the
super
photo.
important because it helps people
It's kinda
approach the
dangerous
news
to
in a
put up
more
the
fair and
photo like
balanced way, and I feel like we need that now more than ever. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping
Honestly,
the
I
ad.
should delete the photo because
Right.
it's really not
Now
a
let's
good
get back
photo.
to this USAID deep dive, shall we? So, Donald Trump and Elon Musk created the Department of Government Efficiency, aka Doge. Get it? Like the Reddit meme from 2012? Epic bacon, my fellow memers. Honestly, who am I to talk about dead memes? My username is Shoe0nHead. So, Doge's supposed goal seems to be cutting useless spending the government is making us pay taxes on. Now, I have very mixed feelings about taxes.
Okay.
From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. Taxation is theft!
Look, the reason why I say taxation is theft is because they don't even let you choose where the your own tax money goes, right? If you could actually choose to make sure that it's not going to fuck all, right? Boo-hoo eat right nowhere. Fucking into the pit of fire, right? It's theft.
The tree of liberty will be refreshed with the blood of tyrants! My opinion has always been, if we are going to pay taxes in this country, could they at least go to things that actually help people, like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, child tax credits, firefighters, fixing our bridges and roads, castrating pedophiles, government-funded girlfriends, things like that.
Oh, Jesus. Did you have to go that far? My goodness. Well, I mean, in a sense, yeah, our taxes go to fucking up criminals, yes. You need to go that far.
And yes, we should be auditing the government. I think that's a good thing.
Auditing?
Frankly, I don't care
Yes,
who does it as long
auditing
as they
is
do it
good.
well. Good things are good, bad things are bad. I'm anti-bad things, pro-good things. Those are my politics.
Okay. That's fair enough.
And
yeah.
hating libertarians. Just kidding, I love libertarians. I get along great with them.
What do you mean?
As long as we
Aren't
don't talk
you-
about child labor. Anyway, Doge got
Would you not consider yourself the old style libertarian? Right? Yeah, I'm talking about like the libertarianism of the forefathers.
straight to work, firing government
Super
workers and
fucking
basically
Bill
hiring
of
my
Rights,
Twitter mutuals.
Constitution.
What was once a theater
Heavy
kid
on that.
occupied government is now a right-wing schizo poster occupied government. No, I am not joking.
So this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls
Oh,
online.
then again,
so
I
that
don't-
would be one way that we
See,
could refer to him.
I hate classifying people in fucking Democrats, Republicans, all liberal. You're just. I hate those tags. I fucking hate political tags, dude.
He is now working at Musk's
just hate it.
behest
They're so
inside
fucking
Doge.
dumb.
If you had told me 10 years
They
ago
don't
that
mean
Donald
fuck
Trump and
all.
Elon Musk would hire some Zoomer
Especially
named
when you
Big
have
Balls to
people
help
who-
audit the government,
Act like fucking
believe it.
shit on
Like, yeah.
both sides.
that checks out. They have no relevant experience. Most of them aren't old enough to rent a car. They're not even old enough to rent a car. They're in their 20s. We sent 18-year-olds to go die in the wars you cheerlead on, you evil hag. Why are they so focused on the ages of these people when our government is basically a retirement home? But honestly, I don't blame Hillary Clinton. If I were her, I also wouldn't want 22-year-olds in the government. Months before dismantling the
look.
Department of Education,
Wasn't she just an assistant? Yeah.
or apparently Sesame Street, Doge's first order of business was dismantling USAID.
Without providing any proof, Elon said USAID is a criminal organization. Oh, yeah. They're an international crime syndicate hell-bent on helping people.
Pretty f***ed up, huh? Taking
Well, I mean, considering what they were doing with the money, you could potentially say you could do some RICO.
money away from an aid
Well,
program
I mean,
that
it
helps
would
poor
be
people all around the world.
It would be internet,
Except
right?
USAID
You
was
would
not
do
exactly
international
that.
crime
In fact, it
law
doesn't
stuff.
even f***ing stand for
Whatever
aid.
that shit
It stands
is.
for a United States Agency for International Development.
Yeah.
It has f*** all to do with aid. But honestly, I don't blame you for thinking it does. After all, they do make the word aid
Yeah.
a different
It-
color
yeah,
in the
it may-
logo.
yeah.
Those sneaky bastards. Although it said USAID provides 42% of global aid, the truth is most of those funds are just spent paying US contractors and secretly
Correct.
conducting regime change all around the world. In fact, 80%
Yeah,
of all
I-
USAID
Yeah, so everyone's been thinking about all the coups that have been happening, right? Is because of this shit. Right, because we've been funding some coups in some of these countries. So
funding goes to
Yeah,
just
that's
75
fun,
organizations, while only 6% of that
yeah,
goes
you could
to
probably say
aid.
even the
And by
EU
auditing
and
USAID,
UK land
Doge
are
exposed
just as
the
much
true
implicated
real
in
puppet
this as well
masters
too.
behind the secret cabal
Given
of
what they've
evil
been doing, too.
masterminds funding the woke ideology spreading all around the globe.
Yeah.
You. Yes, it was you, American taxpayer. Turns out the deep state was the friends we made along the way. And
Correct.
yes, it's true, we are spending
You could say the same
billions
thing
of
for
dollars
UK
in
land
our
and,
tax money
EU
to
land.
fund things like teaching Sri
Cana-
Lankan
Canada
journalists how to
land probably
avoid
too.
binary gendered language, combating disinformation in Kazakhstan, promoting inclusion in Vietnam, millions to an Armenian LGBT group, millions to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem,
Sounds about right,
millions for LGBT causes in the Western Balkans,
Mm-hmm.
millions for LGBT activism in Uganda, millions
funny.
for atheism.
Because, hey, why Uganda? Why do they fucking care? I'm pretty sure that's the least of their fucking worries. I think they're more worried about, like, fucking warlords and fucking famine and poverty and infrastructure.
in Nepal, millions for male circumcision around the world, and $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala.
Mhm.
and many other things that were so
Yeah,
ridiculous
no-
I had to double
Notice how nothing of that was like fucking like doctorate, right? Medical aid or anything like. Yeah, if you looked back at all that shit, notice how none of them are like medical aid or like infrastructure aid. No, it's like LGBTQ plus events or fucking seminars or some weird fucking shit. It's like, okay.
check to make sure I wasn't being trolled. Taxpayer-funded sex changes in
Yeah,
Guatemala?
oh yeah, those sex change
We don't even do that
operations.
here.
Yeah, we don't.
Now, you might be
yeah,
saying,
what?
Shoe, this seems like some stupid
Wild.
anti-woke shit. And yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
You got me.
kinda.
But
yeah.
I ask you, young naive liberal, why the f*** was John Bolton once the head of USAID?
Correct.
John Bolton, for those of you who are unaware,
Yeah, John Bolton, he's our, yeah, he's a glowy. He's a shady fed fuck.
is an infamous neocon hack. He's literally criticized Trump for not being enough of a warmonger. Neocon hacks, for those same
Yeah,
few of you who are
basically, he
unaware,
was trying
are the
to
people
get
in our
us
government
into a lot of
responsible for
wars
meddling with
or
other countries all
conflicts.
around the world and getting us into wars for basically funsies. The people who suck the teat of Raytheon, Boeing, etc. The military-industrial complex's favorite Discord kittens.
Yeah.
These guys come in
wow,
shades
she
of
knows her
red and
research.
blue. So why was John Bolton,
kidding,
a
yeah, I
red
mean,
guy, in charge of
it
the
is
same
very easy to
program,
tell what some of these people
USAID,
do.
that is sending American taxpayer money to foreign countries to have things like trans pride parades? The truth is, the USAID thing goes a lot deeper than what a lot of Republican
Yeah,
commentators
I mean, that's why fucking Trump revoked his access to the information and security detail because it was like, get the fuck out of here. Because he knew he was doing shady shit.
are saying. It wasn't just a bunch of
Yeah,
libtards
fucking-
in government
he's a-
wasting
he's
our
a
money on stupid woke thing.
Motherfucker lived fat for so long, he can get his own goddamn security detail. Fuck that guy. If the Iranians want to fucking get him, hey, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them.
No, there's way more than that.
Fuck
You
'em.
see, it's current year and we can't just do old-fashioned imperialism anymore. The people don't like that. It's a new era, so we have to dress it up in glitter and rainbows. To put it bluntly, USAID is nothing but another form of taxpayer-funded regime change, wearing an innocent mask of aid.
Correct.
Shut up, Shoe! You dumb bimbo populist! You reactionary shitlord!
Yes,
you
you
cry,
are not
tears
correct.
running
I
down your
don't
fat
know what to
retarded
tell
face.
you.
The United States is just giving foreign countries billions of dollars out of the kindness of their hearts. Oh yeah? I have a lovely bridge on sale down the road. Would you like to buy it?
You can even go onto the White House, right? The White House has documented all of this too, right? Yeah, the rapid house response 47 or whatever. I'm pretty sure you can find those documents very easily.
Listen, despite all its faults, I love America, and I love the American
Even,
people. But if you
who
believe
wa-
the corrupt, greedy bureaucrats
Who was it that came out? Who was it? Like, do I still have the fucking document from? Yeah, the Festives report. Yeah, I still have it. Yeah, this one. Who gave it? I forgot who was it. Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? It was. He was recently going against Trump because he didn't like what he was doing to Canada. Was it Rand Paul? Yes. It was. Yes. Yeah, it was him. Yes, he's the one who got this. No, I mean Rand Paul obviously has his own viewpoints, but yeah. He is trying to help America in a sense. Whatever. I mean, he's a Republican. I don't think Trump is telling these people a lot of information for some reason, and that's why he's probably kind of like on the fence on a lot of Trump things sometimes.
Democrats running the deep state of this country do anything out of the kindness of their hearts, you are a sweet, innocent angel, and you need to be protected at all costs. I especially side-eye any leftist who has the nerve to run defense for USAID, especially those who call themselves socialists or commies, considering the fact that USAID was basically originally created to destroy communist countries all around the world.
Yeah,
Established in 1961 by President John F. Kennedy under the Noble...
Did you not see what it was doing? It was like doing like LGBTQ events and shit. That literally goes against communist countries. Why do people not see that shit? These communist countries don't like that shit.
guise of aiding developing nations, USAID was, in many...
If you want to be like 100% real, the only people who care about like LGBTQ plus, right, and all that shit is the US, Canada land, fucking EU, and fucking London land. You will barely see that shit in Russia, China, right? Even Japan, you barely see that shit, right? I mean, you might have some people who are on the, in Japan, you might have some, a small population, but even then, right, it's very small, right? You barely see them in Taiwan. Well, I mean, there are lady boys. I mean, some of these countries, so it's hard to say. So it's like, same with Vietnam, same with South Korea, India. I'm pretty sure you got lady boys there too. It's like fucking.
Many respects,
you got lady boys
an instrument
also
during the Cold War
America
to counter
land
Soviet
too.
Influence and keep the Third
But
World
it's
from
very
crafting
small.
its own socio-economic model. A year after President John Kennedy created USAID
even
in
then,
1961, he told his directors that,
LGBTQ in,
as
like,
we do
the
not want to
Middle
send
Eastern
American
countries?
troops to a great many areas where freedom may
just-
be under attack, we send you. It wasn't long before the CIA spotted an opportunity to extend its reach. In 1962, USAID launched its Office of Public Safety to send agents around the world under the guise of training police officers.
Yeah,
But as it
yeah,
turned out, the trainers were busy
Training
teaching
police
enhanced
officers.
interrogation techniques, a euphemism for torture. The scandal
Yeah,
broke out in
pretty much.
1966, and although the office was finally shut down in 1974, the dark practices persisted within military and intelligence circles. By 1980, USAID
Well, yeah.
Administrator John Gilligan was candid enough to describe the agency as nothing more than a graduate school for the CIA.
Oh yeah, the other thing too was they were probably torturing the wrong people sometimes and probably extracting some wrong information sometimes, and that's why America's a little fucked up sometimes. Mistakes happen. Whoops.
At one time, many aid field offices were infiltrated from top to bottom with CIA people, he said. It was pretty well known in the agency who they were and what they were up to.
I mean, the
idea
police
was
do
to
it
plant
sometimes.
operatives in every kind of activity we had
so-
overseas, government, volunteer, religious, every kind. USAID was quickly nicknamed the CIA's little sister. Oh,
Yep.
and here is John Bolton holding a trophy given to him by USAID in the
Correct.
shape of a hand grenade. Yeah, nothing to see
Fauci got
here,
a
folks.
fucking Tommy
so,
gun.
let's talk
Fuck that
about
piece of
Shoe0nHead, shall we? Sit
All
down.
of these people
I
try to
love this
take away
story.
our guns,
Taken
and he gets a
directly
fucking
from
Tommy gun.
Wikipedia,
Like what?
Shoe0nHead was an online
fucked up.
social networking and microblogging service created by the United States Agency for International Development, aka USAID, and marketed to Cuban users. It was covertly developed as a long-term strategy to encourage
Now,
Cuban youths to revolt
I can't believe
against the
they gave
nation's
John
government.
Bolton a
The
grenade.
developers aim
Hopefully
to
it's
use
not a real
non-controversial
grenade.
content such as sports and music to build up subscribers and then to slowly introduce
Oh, you
political
can't fucking
messages
use
through
it to
social
kill
bots to encourage dissent in an astroturfing initiative. So basically, USAID created a fake-ass social media platform in Cuba with our tax dollars,
Yeah.
flooded it with bot content about like sports and music and whatever,
You know
just
who
to make
went
it
there
seem
recently?
normal, then slowly started to manipulate the users and create political division on the app between
Someone from
Cuban citizens
California
in order to
recently.
create political chaos in this country and a potential uprising. So yeah, how dare we take money away from those starving
actually, no,
undercover
she
agents.
didn't go to
To make
Cuba.
things
She
even
went
more
to-
sus, the money we spent
went
on
to
Zoom
Africa.
Zaneo was publicly documented as an unnamed project in Pakistan. Yes,
I'm talking
this
about Karen Bass,
fake-ass
sorry.
social media psyop they created in Cuba was documented by our government as being a project in Pakistan.
Pakistan?
Now, think of
Wow.
all the other weird shit USAID was supposedly
Well,
funding.
they be lying,
Those
as
sex
usual.
changes in Guatemala. Were they really sex changes in Guatemala?
I don't
Or
know.
were they some covert psyop being done somewhere else in the world? I guess we'll never know now. Using social media to divide the masses.
I
and
mean,
create political division.
I mean, they tried to do
You don't
Sesame
think-
Street in fucking
No,
one of these,
They
one of
wouldn't
the
do
Middle
that.
Eastern
I mean,
countries.
it's kind of weird they asked the former founder of Twitter to help with this project, but no. They would only do social media psyops in other countries, right? Right? In March 2024, a document was exposed that revealed USAID was running covert psyops all around the internet in order to combat populist misinformation about the government on Twitch, Twitter, Reddit,
the
Facebook,
disinformation
and
board?
4chan. Although its internal justification was halting the flow of mis and disinformation,
Is it
it seemed
Hassan-
particularly concerned with malinformation, a concept
Yo,
it
it'd
defines
be
as
wild
speech
if
that
it
is
was
factually
Hassan.
correct but misleading, i.e., bothersome truths the
But
U.S.
I would
government
think it would
prefer
be
the
more
public
up
does
to
not know.
the
USAID suggests directing the public
the
toward
lawyers,
mainstream
really,
corporate sources of information and psychologically
in the
inoculating
companies.
them against
Has nothing to
inconvenient
do with
facts that
the-
challenge U.S. power by
the
pre-bunking
streamers.
information before people see it. Pre-bunking includes discrediting the brand, the credibility, and reputation of those making false allegations. In other words, a state-directed attack against alternative
I
media and
wonder,
critics of the
what
U.S.
if
government.
Twitch
So
is
basically,
getting
USAID
BlackRock
was funding
money?
a bunch of dorks to go all around social media and be like, source? Every time someone criticizes the government. This is somehow more pathetic than when
Well,
I
I mean,
used
it's
an alt account
Bezos.
to defend
I mean,
myself on BreadTube subreddits.
Amazon,
That is
right?
basically what our government was doing.
So
Also, I like
whatever
how this
Amazon
implies the people he
says,
called
Twitch
a Fed
kind of has
online
to do.
might have actually been a Fed.
right.
There is a chance that you may have fought with a federal agent, a USAID federal agent on Twitter or 4chan. This also implies that, like, streamers and social media influencers may have been funded by
May be funded by the feds. Hassan. I'm sorry.
USAID.
But basically,
But who?
I mean, it's all. I mean, it's kind of implied from fucking Bernie Sanders and AOC.
Who among us, who would be willing to unquestionably,
Hassan has some
enthusiastically
criticisms about
suck
them.
establishment cock that hard?
For all the bad stuff America does around the world, USAID was just an organization that did a lot of nice things. Like it put a lot of money into efforts to help people in a variety of ways, like both materially and culturally.
Oh, she's saying
It's
Destiny
just like a
might be
nice-
one of
it's
those
just like a nice way
people
for
who
the
got
United States to
their
have a positive
poop
presence around the
scooped
world.
by,
For the record, I do not actually believe Destiny is
Oh,
being
okay.
funded by USAID. I just thought that transition was funny.
Oh,
I fucking love
okay.
that quote though. USAID was just a nice
think
organization that did a
Hassan
lot of
does
nice
the
things, like
same thing.
culturally help people around the world.
Yeah,
Culturally
funny.
help people? Why are we in the business of cultural imperialism? Why do we have to culturally enrich Latin?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, why are... I thought Destiny was against, like, the whole colonialism stuff and imperialism stuff, but he's like, oh yeah, it's great helping people around the world. I think it's the same with Hassan.
America or the fucking Balkans. So
Yeah,
not only
that's-
are we the world police, but we are now the world HR.
I kind of want to say Asmongold at the same time, but it's hard to tell. Because he doesn't even say his full viewpoint sometimes.
Our department? No, thank you.
I don't
Why are we
wanna
spending
put
billions of
fucking
dollars doing
words in
ass shit
people's
in other
mouths.
countries while ours crumbles? I don't care about teaching gender studies to Ugandans. The pothole in front of my house hasn't been filled in 3 years. These are my taxes, and I believe my taxes should go to help people in my country. I don't think that's controversial to say. And I know many conservatives agree with me. I'll always hear them say, we can't be spending money in Ukraine. We have to take care of our own. And then they just don't take care of their own. because that's socialism or communism or something. Listen, do you actually want to take care of your own? Do you actually want your taxes to go towards helping the poor and sick and families in this country? Are you actually America first, or are you corpos and foreign countries first? I'm more than happy to work with you on good things to fix this country, but I don't think the establishment GOP is.
You don't want able-bodied workers on a program that is intended, for example, for single mothers with 2 small children who's just trying to make it. That's what Medicaid is for, not for 29-year-old males sitting on their couches playing video games. We're going to find those guys and we're going to send them back to work.
First of all, Medicaid is for
Wait,
anyone who
how
needs
did-
it,
what?
period. And second of all,
Yeah, what?
29-year-old guys? You mean your fucking voter base? You mean the
Yeah,
very
wait, what? I was
demographic that is
confused.
shifting the
Wait, what?
entire country in your direction? Those guys? Yeah, we're just wasting so much money helping young men.
Yeah, it's like you guys need those people too because they're the upcoming generation who can vote now. And you guys need to win their vote because you just had some people who are unable to vote now because they passed away too. Right? I mean, you have people constantly passing away day by day in a sense. I mean, I hate to be the fucking bearer of bad news, right? Fucking the Grim Reaper of bad news. You know, the fucking black pill. But it's true though.
Those greedy gamers just gobbling up all the tax money. Not massive tax cuts to corporations and the rich. Not all the money to the bloated military-industrial complex. No. Gamers. Young men who can't find a job, can't afford a house, can't afford
Yeah, I
college.
mean, look,
Young men
the-
who
the world
can't build a
waits for no
family
one.
because of the society
The world keeps
you
moving.
created. Those guys, they need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and pay for their own Medicare. This care isn't for them, it's for women. What? Great to know both sides of the establishment fucking hate young men. Anyway, sorry, I popped off. Let's get back on topic. Now, USAID did do some good things. I won't deny that. But even some of the good things that USAID did were nothing but a bunch of fronts. Using
right,
Cuba
right
as
now,
an example again, because these are
as
some
of
of the
right
only
now,
ones that have-
it's only been questionable. So it's really hard to say if it's good right now. Because at this point, all the Democrats have been telling us fucking lies. Right? We have no idea where that fucking USAID shit has gone. We have no idea if it's been even being used on good stuff. No idea. They don't tell us anything. So how can we trust them now? Right. I will reserve my right. I will reserve my opinion until we have some actual concrete information on that shit.
have been exposed.
Until
so
then,
far, there was a
they
USAID
they
program
fucking
called
did
the
some shady
Travelers
shit.
Project that was said to be an HIV prevention workshop. But yet again, it was nothing but another covert regime change psyop. This was exposed in 2014 by the Associated Press. Young Venezuelans and Peruvians were deployed by USAID to Cuba's college campuses for $5.41 an hour. Really, USAID? Billions of dollars force feminizing mice, and you can't even pay your spies a living wage?
Oh, I think he's
Sad.
talking.
Anyway, they were
or she's
used to
talking-
recruit
sorry, I'm
college
fucking
students
a
into
little
political
exhausted.
organizations with the
I've been
goal of turning them
fucking
against
up
their
doing
government. The goal of,
tour
once again, creating
or writing my
political
essay.
division. In the exposed memos about this, USAID called their HIV
But yeah, this
workshop
festive
the,
report.
quote,
I think she's talking about
perfect
some of the stuff in
excuse.
here.
Right.
Because yeah, some
But
of
we're
the stuff
totally
is,
funding DEI in
is
Vietnam
exactly
for pure
what she's talking
humanitarian
about.
reasons, I'm sure. This was done so sloppily that even our boy John Bolton came out and disavowed it, but not without saying he thought it was a good idea in principle. Yes, it's a great idea to create
so basically the
taxpayer-funded
festive
secret psyops
report,
all
and
over
then
the world
on
in order
top
to
of that,
fuck with other
other
countries'
information
politics.
of this
Just
stuff.
don't recruit teenagers to do it next time, okay? What? I honestly just think it's kind of funny we were funding anti-socialist agendas all around the world and disguising it as social
Also, you can
progressivism.
find that
Don't
Festus
think too hard
report
about that one.
if you look it up.
Now, Cuba wasn't the
if
only
you look
place
up Rand
USAID
Paul
was
Festus
culturally
report
helping.
release
On January 12,
or
2010,
something like
a
that.
7.0 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti, killing 220,000 people, injuring
Yeah, and
another
then
300,000,
Taiwan
and leaving
got
1.5
hit
million
with
more
the
homeless. In the wake of
recent
the catastrophe,
earthquake.
the United States
Right, some
provided
places got hit
1.6
with
billion
recent
in
earthquake.
reconstruction funding to Haiti,
trying to
651
aid
million
those
of which
guys.
went to USAID. Rather than employing Haitian construction companies, USAID contracted out the
I don't
rebuilding
know if they've been
projects
trying
to
to help them now,
international
but,
firms. For
you know.
instance, Minnesota-based construction firm Thor was awarded $18 million in contracts, and Mexico-based firm Cemex received over $7 million. But by far the largest recipient of USAID funding in Haiti was Washington, D.C. based contractor Chemonics International, who received over $200 million to carry out a total of 141 projects. In fact,
Probably didn't
USAID
do a lot
awarded
of
more
those
money
projects.
to Chemonics than to the entire Haitian government in the wake of the earthquake. An audit conducted on Chemonics revealed that the company had a tendency to not finish jobs, evaluated its own project on arbitrary criteria, not having to do anything with the project, and failed to set timelines, causing some projects to fall behind schedule.
That sounds
In one case, Chemonics was contracted to build Haiti's new parliament building, but what they constructed came out half-finished and unusable. The company only built the framework of the building, not even erecting interior walls to divide office spaces.
I wonder what
Nor
happened.
did they bother to furnish the building. Left with this, the Haitian government was forced to draw $775,000 from its public treasury to complete the project. Despite these disastrous results,
so they had to
Chemonics
complete it
remains
themselves.
USAID's top contractor. The construction company was awarded $506.4 million in contracts in 2021
but they're
alone.
not even getting the
In a
work
leaked
that-
email
I'm so
exposed by
confused. What the
WikiLeaks,
fuck?
they described this tragedy as a gold rush, ensuring that it would be
Yeah.
great for international companies.
Yeah,
Seems like the
bet.
only thing they are culturally helping is their own wallets, am I right? And you know how you always hear about how poor people
Sounds
are in
like a
Venezuela
money
and how the
laundering scheme.
politicians are so rich and live in luxury?
Oh,
Yeah, part
Ponzi
of that
scheme?
has to do with USAID. Billions of dollars of aid we sent to Venezuela just lined the pockets of US-backed politicians there. Only 2% of the aid we sent to Venezuela
Pyramid scheme?
actually went to help Venezuelans. So at this point, the whole world was basically sick of USAID's bullshit. In 2013, Bolivian President Evo Morales expelled USAID officials from his country on the grounds that the agency had conspired against his government by allegedly manipulating social movements in the country. He also charged that a previous USAID program that sought to help cocoa farms switch to new crops was politically motivated. Russia expelled the agency in 2012 for similar reasons. Its foreign ministry argued in a statement that USAID attempts to influence political processes through its grants. And in February, Kenyan Cabinet Secretary Francis Kimimya claimed that his government had evidence that USAID had hired activists to organize anti-government protests in Nairobi in an effort to topple the government. Oh, and if you're wondering why so many news outlets and journalists were freaking out over the potential shutting down of USAID, yeah, it's probably because it's where their paychecks were coming from. Yeah, apparently USAID was funding about 6,200 journalists and 707 news outlets all across the world.
Yep.
Not even just America. For example, the editor-in-chief of a Ukrainian news outlet wrote that destroying USAID was a greater threat to Ukrainian journalism than the Russian invasion.
So the Ukrainian journalists lost all their propaganda because we cut funding. Get fucked.
What?
Sorry,
there
not
were
sorry.
independent outlets shutting down
Maybe
everywhere,
don't fucking
including
hate the
Russia after the
Americans so much
USAID
when we
freeze.
fucking help
so
you
we were
out a
apparently
lot.
funding media in both Ukraine and Russia.
I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
Serbia, Moldova, all across.
This is what I've been saying about a lot of people on the internet and fucking just people in general. These people will fucking use you if you're not careful. Like these companies, they'll fucking use you if you're not careful. Or you are fucking expendable. You are a pawn. Okay, you better be fucking careful.
Across Latin America, independent outlets shutting down everywhere.
They
all
view
because
you
the little
nothing
sister of the
more than
CIA
a
can't pay
fucking
no
chess
mo.
piece to
So
be
I have a question.
played.
Why the fuck were we funding media in all these other countries?
just an
well,
object.
the CEO for the
Best be
Center of
careful.
Investigative Reporting, a USAID-supported Bosnian media organization, said it best. Quote, "If you are funded by the US government, there are certain topics that you would simply not go after, because the US government has its interests that are above all else." Oh, I guess that answers my question. USAID is also ridden with other scandals, such as covering up a child sex abuse ring in Kenya, kidnapping and torturing people in Uruguay, forced sterilizing 300,000 Peruvian women, and the famous one you all know, funding drug production in Afghanistan.
That one.
Oopsie
Yeah, I forgot
poopsies, we
about
did
that
little
one.
fucky wuckies. Now think about all the other shit that hasn't been exposed.
Oh, yeah.
These aren't mistakes. These aren't flukes. These aren't little fucky wuckies. This is
Yeah,
what this
I
program
really
was set
don't
out to
like
do.
talking
This
about
is
all
why
that
it was
stuff on
created.
stream
We
because
were quite
it's
literally funding Globo Homo
it's
as a
a
sneaky way to do
fucking hard
regime
pill to
change and
swallow.
American intervention. Or do you think we're spending $1 million in Nepal to promote
Oh, man.
atheism because Hinduism is such a
yeah,
threat?
yeah.
You're cute.
You
The
wa-
United States
you
won't
wanna hear
sleep until
some
there's an
fucked
ugly
up
Confederate
shit?
flag hanging on a Starbucks on every corner of every street all over the world from Latin America to the Middle East. Ah yes, the greatest American exports. Butt, sex, and war. There are a shit ton of old left-wing articles you can find on...
Yeah, back in the day, it was more in your face, right? But now it's like a fucking... Now you're like in a slaughtering facility. You're next in line to get fucking chopped up. Fuck.
line spanning back to like
Oh,
2010,
dude.
even earlier, about how evil USAID is.
Your
Now suddenly
flesh
liberals
shall
are acting
be
like it's another
used as
fucking beacon of
nutrients.
democracy that we have to cry and piss and shit about just because it's Trump getting rid of it. Frankly, I don't care. If they start dismantling things that I do
will
care
be
about,
used
things that
as
do actually help the
energy.
American people, then I will care. Expose where the trillions of dollars we spent on the Iraq war went next, please. Or, you know, actually release the Epstein files.
Yeah, they still need to release
Do I
those
think Doge
files.
cut USAID because they're our great
Yeah, I would like
comrade
them
in
to
arms,
release a lot of
cutting
files,
off the
but they
tentacles
don't-
of
they're
American
not gonna do that.
imperialism?
They know they can't
No.
fucking do a lot
Trump
of that.
probably just
'cause
cut it because he thought
has
it was
too
a
many
woke, gay waste of
implications
money, and it
a lot of
was.
fucking
But as
shady
far as I'm
shit.
concerned, every article written about how bad dismantling it was written by John Bolton himself. Like the president of Colombia said, "Take your money with you. It's poison." All the sources I use in this video and all the information I got for this video will be in links down below. Feel free to do your own research as always. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing. A lot of you aren't subscribed apparently. You just watch and fuck
No,
off.
you're a liar.
I will find
Unsubscribe.
you. Also, this video is
No,
most
don't
likely
do
going
that.
to be
I
demonetized,
don't
so
like
if
that.
you can and if you
That's
want
not
to,
nice.
please donate to me on
be rude.
Patreon, link down below. It helps the channel
Oh wait,
so,
I
so
am
much,
not
and I
fucking
appreciate it.
subscribed.
And
I
I will
thought
see you
I
next
was
time with
subscribed. I'm
a
sorry.
less serious, more fun video.
That's not my fault. Bye. I don't think women are real, so I don't. I'm kidding. All right, there we go. Happy. There we go, Shoe0nHead. As you can see. Oh.
So anyway,
Wait, what did she say?
Donald Trump, along with Elon Musk,
Hold on.
have created a new government agency. I appreciate it. And I will see you next Fucking hate Hillary Clinton.
Fucking hate Hillary. That's funny. Yeah. I say the same thing too sometimes. Dude, there's too many people around her that fucking passed away, man. It's just too many people, man. It's fucking shady. There's too many people around the Clintons who just met their fate. Whether from disease or from like I don't fucking know.